Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my review of What Happened by Hillary Clinton. So I was really excited when I found out that she would be releasing a book that discussed everything that happened over the election trail and then like kind of the aftermath of everything. So like I know for a lot of people this election, myself included, it was very upsetting to see the turnout, and I know especially for me because I'm Canadian living in the US, so like I can't vote. So it was just, I don't know, it felt like extra, I don't know, I felt really extra impacted by it, but I was really excited to see that this book would be coming out. So once I saw that it was there, I pre-ordered it, and I will say I was not disappointed at all. This book is really impactful, I feel like, just in terms of what it talks about, and I feel like I did end up learning a lot about kind of the election and kind of like the stuff going on behind it, in particular with kind of like the WikiLeaks and just kind of the role the media played in kind of showcasing kind of the like bringing attention more towards the email scandal that didn't really have much, you know, like substance to it besides like it was, everything was marked as okay. So like it was frustrating to see. I think she said like instead of talking about like politics and kind of the policies of the candidate, the like listeners were 3 times more likely to hear the kind of the talk about emails and like kind of policy and just kind of all the other stuff going on with the election. So that was really interesting to see, and just kind of the politics behind kind of the FBI director kind of releasing all of the like the week before the election, and kind of how that was like a pivotal point because she was projected to win up until then, and then because of that what the director did. So it was really frustrating to read that from her perspective, and I think she does a really good job at showcasing, like she's really honest with what she's talking about in here. In particular, she does say like maybe if we did approach this differently or something that we could have done better. So I really liked how she's very honest about everything, and I did end up earning a lot because I don't know, like I just never really paid attention to the news in terms of like everything that was going on, and this kind of went into detail more. Just kind of the role that Russia played in with the election I thought was really interesting as well. And it was really heartbreaking to read the chapter of like where she's talking about how she reacted to it and how that changed her life. And I think in there's one thing where people ask her, she says, as a person, I'm doing okay, but as an American citizen, I'm terrified. And that's kind of, I think, a really good way of putting it, because I feel like, you know, this will, I think she said, like, this will be something that will kind of haunt her for the rest of her life. And she does have regrets about how everything turned out. But I think that was a really good way of pointing it. Like, she's okay now, I guess you can say. Not okay, but she's kind of moved on, but she's still really worried about everything that's going on. And in particular, I really liked how she refers to past presidents as like President Obama or President Bush, but whenever she refers to Trump, she just always says Trump, which I thought was really good. But there was one chapter in particular, it's called On Being a Woman in Politics, which I thought to be very impactful, and it was really interesting, just kind of the kind of double standards that women have, and just how even today where more women are being kind of put into kind of politics and becoming more involved with it, there's still kind of like they're kind of seen as second class in terms of the political world, and just how you have to act differently. And then like even if you show emotion, like you're not competent, but if you show too much emotion, like you're kind of seen as too harsh. So I thought that was really interesting. I think that was like my favorite chapter out of here. And then of course I had to kind of highlight and underline and mark the page where she did her speech, where she's like, to all the girls who are watching this, never doubt that you are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue and achieve your dreams. I think that's probably one of my favorite quotes in here. So overall, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I think she does a good job at being kind of honest on herself and just kind of showcasing her opinion and how kind of crazy this like election was, and just kind of all of the components being in there, whether it was, you know, WikiLeaks or kind of fake news, or just kind of the media focusing and kind of using their platform to promote something that wasn't necessarily what the election was about, and how they kind of did like instead of focusing on politics, they kind of focused on the things that weren't relative or there were fake news. And so I really enjoyed that. There were some parts where she gets too much into politics where I was like, I don't know who these people are. So I kind of skimmed through it, and it was just okay, but I thought it was really interesting. And just, I know like when I was reading this, she was just talking about how there's a lot of like the way the media spun it was that she wants to completely take away the Second Amendment and all that. And when I was reading that, she was saying like how she doesn't want to take it away, but make it so that people don't have access to guns who shouldn't, and there just be stricter rules to kind of protect the citizens. And when I was reading that, the next day was when the Las Vegas shooting was. So it was just, I don't know, it's a bit troublesome, and just kind of the like just like with everything there, and just kind of gun culture in general. I think the way she approached it was really good and interesting. So I would highly recommend this read. It was really kind of eye-opening, and I think it is very impactful as well. So I think if you are just really interested to know kind of her side of the story and all that, then I highly recommend that you pick this book up. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you felt about this book and if you have any kind of opinions on it. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.